Anderson Cooper, AC 360, CNN weeknights 10 Eastern.
Councilman, a lot of critics of what the LA City Council did is say, look, this is just political grandstanding. I mean, comparing what's going on in Arizona to Nazi Germany, isn't that just, do you really believe this is what similar to Nazi Germany?
Well, put it this way. When you allow discrimination, when you allow an attack on a group of people, which is what this law does, it's discriminatory, it's racial profiling, that's how you start establishing a second-class citizenship, or you create environments of fear. And that's what these other historical events begin with. And that is the type of environments being created by this law. For me...
Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, please go ahead.
Well, I don't know if he read the law. Actually, the U.S. Attorney General admitted today he hasn't read the law, so maybe your councilman should read the law, not overreact. We have many people from Arizona going to California, to San Diego, but we're not talking about boycotting. So understand the law. We do not racial profile. I've been calling Nazi, Hitler, every name in the book since I've been enforcing the laws for 3 years. That's sad. It's hype. Everybody wants, and those, by the way, those cities you mentioned are all sanctuary cities and states. They want amnesty.
But Sheriff,
so this is a political situation.
The Justice Department is investigating your department now for racial profiling, aren't they?
No, let me tell you, 60 days in the Obama administration, they launched a civil rights investigation against me, a year and a half. Once again, the Attorney General of the United States is making comments about Arizona has never read the law. Why don't people read the law and get the truth?
But are you now being investigated? Wasn't there an investigation launched in March?
I don't know. It's been a year and a half. Nothing's happened. We're doing the right thing. We do not racial profile. And with the new law, it's in the law that you will never racial profile. Study the law.
Councilman, why do you say it is racial profiling?
Well, first of all, I did read the law. We had our legislative analysts, top analysts, read the law. And we made it very clear we want to be methodical. And the fact is, there is so much gray area in this law. There's so much subjectivity. If an officer does not like a certain event or appears on the scene and feels that someone is suspect, that person could be deported. If I go there and I go ahead and don't have my ID with me or my passport, and let's just say that they want to stop me and for some reason doesn't feel like I should be there or wants to move in the direction that they want to deport me, they have the right to do that with this law.
No, we have the right once you violate the law. I presume if you didn't violate any law, you have nothing to worry about. When you violate the law, we do have a right to ask your identification. I can go on and on.
But Sheriff, if that is true, then why do you need that law at all? Because that law already exists. I mean, if someone violates the law, they can be stopped by the police and questioned. What a lot of opponents of this, as you just heard, are saying is, look, this doesn't require some violation of the law. This is really, there's a wide discretion for the police officer to decide that person looks suspicious. That person is hanging around. They look like an illegal immigrant. Therefore, I'm going to talk to them because being an illegal immigrant is against the law.
Well, first of all, we do more than talk. If you are here illegally, you committed a state crime, and you can go to jail. So we can take action where before that could not be done. You would have to turn them over to ICE.
But what difference is there now? Because, I mean, if somebody had violated a law, they could be legally stopped by the police prior to this. So it doesn't seem like in this law, at least the critics of this law say, look, it doesn't require this person to have, been seen running away from the scene of a crime or be driving in a car with a broken taillight, that they can just be stopped if they look like an illegal immigrant.
No, not what they look like. We stop everybody. It doesn't matter where you're from, what you look like. But once you stop them, now there's a new law that you can arrest them for being here illegally. So we didn't have that before.
So if a group of white people are hanging around on a street corner or hanging around by a warehouse, you can just stop them and talk to them and ask them for their identity papers?
We do not go and grab people on street corners. I said once again, pursuant to our enforcement efforts, on another violation, you come across those that happen to be here illegally, now you can charge them also with that state crime.
Councilman, do you believe that? Do you believe that it's going to require some other crime to get the police involved?
I think our history, unfortunately, has many, many examples, not only in Arizona but in other states, that in the past has allowed for the kind of subjection to this kind of discretion. And it's very unfortunate. As an American, I would walk or travel or drive through Arizona with a sense of fear, a sense of caution.
Oh,
I would not feel as if I have the liberty to be there because I'm vulnerable. I'm vulnerable just because of the way I look.
Well, Councilman, isn't a boycott, the critics of a boycott say, among many things, but say, look, it's going to hurt Latinos in the state of Arizona who are involved in the hospitality industry if tourists stop coming?
Well, boycotts have worked throughout our history. During the 60s, the civil rights movement, boycotts of the bus system in Alabama. We had the Freedom Riders who go in and try to look at what was discriminatory and racist in the South. And it took that type of participation and involvement by the whole country to change that environment.
Well, I'm going to tell you something.
What you're seeing today is a sense of outrage and a sense of obligation by those of us who have discretion, who have the ability to make decisions on how we want to invest with our funds.
We're going to get more people coming to Arizona. Now they know it's going to be safe, that we do enforce the laws. We took an oath of office like you did, too, I believe, to enforce all the laws. So if there's a violation of the law, you should be enforcing those laws, if you have any in California.
You believe, Sheriff, that this isn't going to hurt the state of Arizona, that you think you're going to get more people?
No. I think when you look at the polls across our nation, people are going to come here even more so, knowing it is a safe state, knowing that it's not a sanctuary state, and knowing that we enforce all the laws of this state.